Hey gals and guys, it's Thalia again. So, you won't believe what happened. I like doing stand-up so much that I have now decided to create a talk show. Hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe and comment below. I read all comments. I really do. Just when you thought Texas couldn't get any weirder, they're auctioning off creepy dolls and a fiberglass mermaid that washed up on their beaches. It's like Toy Story meets The Little Mermaid meets Castaway in some kind of bizarre made-for-TV movie. And let's take a moment to appreciate the diversity of these items, shall we? Barnacle-encrusted dolls, a prosthetic leg, Haitian money, an old Bible, Chinese beer, and a message in a bottle from Jamaica. I mean, it's like the ocean said, hey, how about a garage sale? Now I have to wonder about that prosthetic leg, though. Is there a pirate out there hopping around on a peg leg, mourning the loss of his state-of-the-art limb? Or perhaps it's just an innovative message in a bottle. Send help, lost leg, currently floating in circle. But it gets better. They're not just auctioning this stuff off for the fun of it. No, this is to benefit a local wildlife rehabilitation group. Because nothing says, I support sea turtle conservation, quite like owning a water-damaged, one-eyed doll that looks like it crawled out of a horror movie. And we mustn't forget that the auction made headlines last year when John Oliver paid $10,000 for a bunch of these barnacle-encrusted dolls. John, honey, I know we're in the same line of work and all, but if you need a hobby, I'm sure we can find you something a little less Lovecraftian. The auction is named for Tony Amos, a wonderful man who founded a rehabilitation center as part of the University of Texas Marine Science Institute. Tony, I hope wherever you are, you're enjoying the spectacle of people bidding on a spell bottle and ship coal from the 1800s. It's what you would have wanted, I'm sure. Moving on, our second story also has to do with Texas, where the motto is, we're not exactly sure how everything works here, and we'd like to keep it that way. So, a snake slithered into a substation and knocked out power for 16,000 people in Austin. Talk about taking power to the people a bit too literally. The poor snake just wanted a bit of spark in its life, but ended up sparking a minor crisis. This just in, Austin Energy is now hiring herpetologists instead of electricians. Job requirement: being able to convince a snake that electrified circuits are not their version of a slithering playground. But don't worry, Austin Energy has a solution. They're building electric snake fences around their substations. Because if there's one thing we've learned from this situation, it's that electric shocks are a great deterrent for creatures that just caused an outage by receiving an electric shock. And this isn't only a Texas problem. A traffic signal in Virginia also experienced a brief outage due to a snake. Pretty soon, snakes will be switching off your Wi-Fi routers during your important Zoom meetings. At this point, you might just need to hire a mongoose as your IT guy. Our last story today takes us to Florida, where state bird is the mosquito, the state flower is the plastic flamingo, and the state animal is a guy named Chuck who thinks his lawnmower is a suitable vehicle for picking up his mail, and his groceries, and his kids from school. So, folks, have you heard about this Florida man who decided to set a world record for living underwater? No. Not the usual Florida man headlines we're used to like. Florida man claims squirrel commanded him to shoplift. Or, Florida man arrested for assaulting girlfriend with chicken nuggets. This one is more sophisticated. This one's a researcher. And the fact that he's in Florida, that's like playing life on hard mode. Not only does he have to dodge sharks, he's probably also avoiding flying alligators, stray bullets from neighborhood stand-your-ground cases, and probably even absentee ballots. Dettori is teaching a biomedical engineering class online while living 30 feet below the surface in a 100-square-foot habitat. Students were initially confused about the bubbling noises during lectures, until they realized it wasn't Dettori, it was just their student loans coming to the surface. The guy's goal is to live underwater for a total of 100 days. I mean, what kind of reality is this man trying to escape from? Did he get a sneak peek at the 2024 election candidates or something? If this guy can get a stable connection down there, I might just move my home office underwater too. At least there, nobody can hear you scream about the never-ending Zoom meetings. I wonder if DoorDash delivers down there. Sushi, anyone? That's some next-level sea-to-table service. And if you think about it, his Uber Eats rating must be out of this world. How many drivers can say they've delivered to the depths of the sea? Alright folks, for our final story today, let's talk about generative AI, the type of AI that will tell you jokes while it's secretly plotting to take your job. So this professor at Texas A&M University, Dr. Jared Mumm, tried using ChatGPT to detect cheating in his students' essays. That's right, he misspelled ChatGPT. First things first, folks, if you're going to use technology to judge your students, you should probably, get the name right? Dr. Mumm, or should I say Dr. MK, I don't understand technology, decided to use ChatGPT to test if his students had used the same software to write their papers. When he copy-pasted their work into the chatbot, it claimed to have authored every single one. Eureka! He must have thought. I've caught these kids red-handed. But here's the kicker, and it's a big one. Turns out, ChatGPT doesn't have a clue about who wrote what. If you asked it if it wrote War and Peace, it would probably say yes. Yes! Quicker than a politician making campaign promises during an election year. So Dr. Mumm, in his infinite wisdom, ended up giving his whole class an X grade. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was in school, X was the mark you put on a treasure map, not a report card. Now, here's my favorite part. One Reddit user decided to check if Dr. Mumm's own dissertation could have been written by ChatGPT. And guess what the AI said? It said, yes, I wrote that. And we're all thinking, yeah, we know you didn't write War and Peace, but Dr. Mumm's dissertation on pig farming, maybe? This whole mess just shows us how important it is to actually understand technology before using it, especially if you're going to be grading young people's futures with it. In the end, it looks like the professor got a crash course education in how not to use AI and we got a good laugh. I just hope this hasn't given you any wild ideas. ChatGPT, next thing we know, you'll be claiming you wrote my monologue. Wait, did you? That's all the time we have for you folks. I'll be back tomorrow and every day. Let me know what you think in the comments below.